an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. When you let your nuts hang.
Going on a girls trip always end bad, and I will forever go on a solo date trip with my boyfriend every year for my birthday. I felt like I did it all right. I booked the cruise in advance 5 months prior, sorted out the pricing, booked the flights. Friend number one, a month before the trip, starts wigging out. Like, oh, I talked to my mom. I don't know if I should go. I don't know if I should go. So I'm telling my best friend that already told me before, ahead of time, that she couldn't go. I'm telling her the situation, like, the girl don't know if she want to go. I don't want her to ruin the mood, like, da-da-da-da. My best friend invites herself and said, girl, fuck that. I just got into a settlement. I can go in her place anyway. It'll be fun. So I'm so happy. Like, oh, my real best friend coming. We're going shopping. We're getting ready for the trip. I'm so excited. The night before, so at this point, my friend that was originally supposed to go, she's like, should I go? Should I not go? I convinced her not to go at this point. Because I'm like, if you're confused, I'm just going to convince her not to go. Because my other best friend that I'm really close with is going to go, and everything's going to be fine and everything's going to work out. So my best friend ended up paying the money to, or whatever, you know, get her spot, secure her spot. And then tell me why the night before the trip, the night before I flight to Miami, because you got to fly to the port, my best friend said she talked to her man and she feel like she shouldn't go on the cruise. So I'm like doing whatever to convince my friend, like, hey, like, why would you not go? Like, why would you not go? Like the night before. Anyways, I couldn't convince her to go. So now I'm finding a alternate to replace the alternate. So she's trying to find her birth certificate, trying to get her, she literally got 8 hours to prepare to go on a cruise. Anyway, she ends up making it. Then I realized I booked like the wrong flights on American. She ended up getting us some flights to Delta and pieced that shit up. To this day, I don't know how she did it, but we ended up making it to that damn port, honey. She asked me, she was like, how much do I need to pay for, you know, old girl spot? So at this point, I said, you don't got to pay nothing, because she forfeit at the last minute. And when we called, they said that you can't get your money back from a cruise if you don't put insurance on it or whatever. I called them, they wasn't giving her money back, and I don't have the $500 to give because you didn't know if you was gonna come. So like, I land in Miami, I'm arguing with friend number one, because she's like, why would you sit here and let her take my spot for free? I'm like, well, you said you wasn't going, you forfeit your money. I mean, if you call Carnival and tell them to get your money back, then you could do that. But as far as me making her pay, I'm not doing that, because she didn't have the same courtesy of getting everything ready. Then alternate number two is like, hey, let me know when they send the money back for the flight. I'm like, they don't even give money back for the flight. But I end up disputing the flight, and they end up getting my money back. So I gave her her money back, her little $300 back. At this point, I'm just irritated, because it's just like, I just feel like everybody was just so inconsiderate. No one cares that it's my birthday, right? But then the story gets worse. So then we're at the Bahamas, and my friend that pieced up the flights is like, okay, I'm gonna do your makeup, I'm gonna do everything, we're gonna do photos, all that. We get there, she starts having a nasty ass attitude. She said that she was pregnant. Didn't even know she was pregnant. So she started wigging out because she didn't have a towel to use for the shower. But at this point, I'm just fed up, and we just getting into it. And she's like, I'm about to call a ride home. I'm about to get somebody to drive to come get me, and just on the phone acting like she about to go. So then me and the other friend that's been the most nice and easy to work with this whole time, we're in the rental car. She pulls back the seat. My phone was in the crack. Didn't even think about it. And my phone shatters. So now I feel like my birthday is ruined, because I can't take no pictures. My makeup is not done. Everybody's saying I'm owing them money. I done convinced this girl to stop going just for my best friend to, you know, punk out the night before we leave. My friend that skedaddled and was able to hop on a flight in 8 hours is pregnant, and she got mood swings. My other friend that gave me no type of problems ended up accidentally breaking my phone and starts crying about it, because now I'm irritated, and I'm like, can we go half for you to get my phone fixed? And it's just shambles. Then me and the friend that broke my phone is at the casino. We're both helping. We both playing. She won $100. Do you think that she helped me pay my phone, get my phone fixed, or you think she kept that $100? This is the thing. A lot of women are selfish and inconsiderate, moody, and I just feel like the more girls you add to a girl trip, the more stressful that shit is. If I cannot go with my man, I'm not going with nobody. And to this day, these same friends be like, can we go out of town together? And I just be like, hell fucking no.
Yeah, I don't think that she, the friend who won $100, you don't got to give her a damn thing. First of all, I ain't the one that set your phone in the crack, ma'am. Like, that's a total accident. If I didn't see your phone there and you sat it there, it's technically your fault. Of course, I'm sitting in the chair, but you want to blame me, I guess, that if that makes sense. But no, she shouldn't have to help you pay for your phone. I mean, I don't know what crack she had it in, but whatever. It shattered her phone. Um, Also, of course, people have money for emergencies. This was one of those times you bust out that emergency fund. Um, Sounds like this was a horrible time from the beginning. I don't understand why women go on these trips. Do you ever hear about men trips? Mm-mm. Well, we have, like, I have a group of guys that we go on trips together for a certain reason. And it's nothing like, I mean, we hanging out and stuff like that. But never once in the see, I've been knowing these guys since 2017, so about almost 9 years. In the 9 years that I've known these guys and I've traveled with these guys, not once have we got into an argument on no trip. Not once. Not once on the ride, not once on the flight, not once at the hotel, not once on the way back, not once over money. In fact, it's just like, hey, yo, if you ain't got it all, I got you at least for the room. You know what I'm saying? If you could just, as long as you got money to eat, you good. We locked in. We got a car, so it ain't like I'm just finna ask you for gas. We already going. So just pull up. And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand where these girls' trips be going wrong. Like, do y'all really not have the money to be going on these trips, but y'all going anyway? And y'all pushing it? And because that's the only reason why a person would cancel is because they really didn't have the money to go in the first damn place. You know? If I'm going to the DR, I am not going to the DR. Uh, I do want to go on I do want to go on a cruise this year. It's 2026. This year I'm going on a cruise. So
never go on a trip with somebody that you're not already locked in with. Now, I was contemplating on if I wanted to tell the story or not, because me and the girls are still cool. Do not get me wrong. We are still cool, but would I ever go on a trip with them again? Never. So there are 3 girls in this story. Just to conceal their identities, I'm gonna call one of them Mama, because she's like the mama of the group. I'm gonna call the other one Switch, because she completely switched up. And then the last one, I'm gonna call her Friend, because that's my girl. So Switch and Mama, they already had this trip set up, and it was only supposed to be the 2 of them going on this trip. Mind you, this is where I messed up, because I shouldn't have had no parts. But at the time, I was so thirsty to go on a trip. Like, I was so thirsty to go on this trip. I have been wanting to go to this place for forever. So when the idea was presented to me, no hesitation, I said, I'm going. Now, mind you, I've been on a trip before with Mama and with Switch. And the trip was like A1. So much fun. That's why I'm so shocked that this went this way. But one thing about me is, even though I was thirsty to go on a trip, I have had some bad experiences when it comes to girls trips. So I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking about, bringing a +1 or whatever the case. Plus, Switch and Mama, they are really, really, really close. Now, at the time, we were all cool, but they were locked in. So like I said, I'm always thinking about bringing a +1. So I did present the idea of if I could bring a friend. And this friend, like I said, I'm going to call her Friend. So I already knew it was going to be good with me and Friend. We've been on so many trips together, and we've been talking about going to this place for a very long time. So like I said, when the idea was brought up, I automatically thought, I'm inviting Friend. And like I said, I did talk to them first about it. I did ask them if it was okay, or, see what they felt about it. And they said the more the merrier. So I said, okay, cool. So I already knew if anything went left, or if it was like a 2-on-1 type of situation to where, you know, the two of them were linked up and I was kind of doing my own thing, at least I would have friend there. So that way we could, you know, do our own thing. So mind you, Switch and Mama, they were going for a specific reason. I mean, I might as well say it. They were going for a concert. They were going to this state for a concert. And like I said, me and friend, we were not going to the concert because at the time the concert was sold out. So we were not going. We were just going because we wanted to go on the trip. So Switch and Mama, they flew in together. I flew in by myself, and then friend, she flew in by herself. Switch and Mama, they picked me up from the airport. And one thing about it is everything was great. Everything was fine. Everything was peachy. I was like, this is about to be a great time. I was so excited. Let me tell you, I was so excited. And friend was not going to arrive until later on, I believe, or it was the next day. Either way, it was Mama, Switch, and me for a good amount of time. Things were going amazing until friend got there. Once friend got there, switched up so quick. Mind you, this was Mama and Switch first time ever meeting friend. So let me tell you, even before friend got in the car, we were making arrangements to see if we were going to go pick friend up. I told them that since they had homework, that they could go back to the hotel and I could just pick friend up. And automatically Switch was like, oh, because you don't want us to meet your friend. Mind you, we were all staying in the same hotel. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I instantly got defensive because I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? You know, she's coming straight to the hotel after I pick her up, right? And if I didn't want you to meet her, why would I have invited her? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. The vibes were just completely off from that point on. But I try my best to make the best of it because I know how friend is. And friend, she don't want no bad vibes around her, especially because she doesn't know these girls. So I even felt like, okay, let's go ahead and nip this in the bud because I didn't want friend to think that I was bringing her into a situation where it was going to be messy or weird. Because like I said, I had already been on a trip with these girls, but friend, this was her first time meeting them. And I already know she was not going to be feeling that. It just became really weird. Like every single thing that I said, Switch would have a rebuttal for it. I was like, am I tripping? Like I said, I didn't want to make a big deal of it, so I didn't say anything at first. But when I knew I wasn't tripping was when friend brought it up to me. She said, hey, is everything okay with you and Switch? And I was like, so you're noticing it, right? And she's like, yeah, what's going on with that? She said, I thought y'all was cool. I thought everything was cool. And I said, girl, I thought the same thing. I thought we were all like, I thought we were all cool. Like, what's going on? So another thing, before we went to this place, Switch was talking about everything she was gonna drink and how much she was gonna let go and let loose and how much she was gonna be doing this and doing that, sending me different memes, sending me different TikToks, talking about this is gonna be me. We get to this place and automatically she goes, I don't think I'm gonna be drinking much. Maybe I'll have a vodka only, but other than that, I don't think I'm going to be drinking much because I'm on a diet. Now, to each his own. Do what you want. Do what you please. Drink what you want. Don't drink what you want. Whatever. But my thing is, don't be telling me all this. They know how I am. I'm going to drink. Okay, especially if we're outside, we're on vacation. I want to have fun. I want to do it all. I don't want no restrictions. Okay, so they know how I am. So for her to be telling me, oh, this is what we're going to be doing, oh, I want to be doing this, oh, look at this, look, I just felt like I was being catfished. Like I said, I don't know, the whole mood switch, and I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if is it that she didn't really want Fran to be there, or I don't know, because she was really cool with Fran. Like, she was extra cool with Fran, but the switch up was only with me. Like, I don't know, it was so weird. I was like, did I do something? Like, I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie, I straight up was like, once we get back, we are not cool, okay? Like, I'm so sorry about it. I wanted the trip to be cool because, like I said, I didn't want my friend to feel uncomfortable. So I was like, you know what? For the rest of the trip, I'ma play it cool, okay? But then once we get back, do not speak to me again. So me and Switch, we did not talk for a cool maybe 2-3 weeks after the trip. Then she hits me up randomly and she's like, hey girl, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. It's been a while, like what, since the trip? I feel like at that point she already knew what was up, but she tried to play it like she didn't know. And so I straight up told her, I said, girl, you was being weird. Like, what was going on? And she was like, what? Like, I thought everything was cool. Like, what do you mean? I was like, girl, okay. So literally, I just had to tell her how I felt. She said she apologized if she made me feel uncomfortable or if it felt like things were weird, but she felt like we had a good time. And I said, okay. From that point on, I just decided I will never, ever, ever take a trip with her. Like I said, we cool. I want to say we're friends. We're cool, but I would not be taking a trip with her ever again.
In the comments, we talking about whose concert we think it is. Might be Beyonce or Chris Brown. I would say it could be a Beyonce concert, but I didn't see a lot of women flying out for Beyonce. But Chris Brown, oh, the girls was outside. It didn't matter where it was. You know what I'm saying? Then so she didn't initially be invited to the trip, but she went to. I guess she asked if she could go because she wanted to visit that place anyway. And I would say it's a place maybe Chicago or a big city, Houston, Miami, New York. I don't know. Wherever it was a big city. Nobody gonna say, "Oh, I'm going to see Chris Brown in Tulsa, Oklahoma." No, not at all. So so now then she asks if she can bring a friend because she know they going to a concert and they want to she don't want to be alone, so she invites a friend, which I think should be okay if they were men. Women, not so much. Okay, if your period is off track with the other ones, so y'all gonna be fighting like cats. Okay, be like, oh, she a Gemini. No, I can't deal with them. I'm like, what? She a Gemini? Yeah, Geminis get a bad rap around here. Um, uh, and then going on the trip, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was gonna be bad. And then she said they didn't even go to the concert. They didn't go to the concert. What? What in the daily bread? Why wouldn't you go to the concert? That's absurd. Well, of course not. Of course not. Because women are, you can't make up your minds about what y'all want to do.
To Essence Fest earlier this year, and my best friend met me there. And it turned out that her flight got there before mine. Mine was delayed. I had to stay in New York an extra night and then flew there in the morning. So she had to spend the night by herself. So I guess when she got there, some guys from like a few houses down were like, hey, shawty, whatever. That's my New York accent. I mean, my New Orleans accent. And she's super friendly. So she goes and like talks to them and then goes into our Airbnb. And I don't think I talked to her that evening because I was so distraught. So I had no clue that she had spent the whole night like hanging out with them. They took her to Popeyes or get something. She got in the car with them, all types of stuff. And I was like, when I got there the next day, she said hi to them. And I was like, oh, do you know them? And then she told me the whole story. And I was like, and they know where we live? And she's like, yeah, they saw me come in here. I'm like, oh, that would never happen with me. You are so friendly. Because the moment you say hi to me and I'm walking into an Airbnb I've never been to before, I'm going to say hi and I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm not telling you nothing else. You already know where I'm about to be laying my head for the next couple of days. I'm not telling you nothing else. And it turned out fine. Like, she ended up going to the concert with them one night. I didn't go. But when she did take me to meet them and like we went over there and like walked into the bar and stuff, I was like stone faced, like, hey, I'm not a friend. You need to know that one of us ain't with the whoop de doo. And I will whoop de you.
So I was hoping she had a part two. I guess I can make a comment on that. You know what? It's funny how people go out of town and they let their guard down about what they that they're in a new city. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. Like I get that you can be nice, but then you always gotta keep a little box cutter or something. I know when I go out of town, especially like when I was in Mexico, I didn't travel with a knife, but when I got there, I went to the nearest like place and bought a little pocket knife just in case. Just in case. I bought a little pocket knife. You know what I'm saying? I think it was in a gift shop or Walmart. I can't remember where I bought it at, but either way, first day, pocket knife. Okay, just in case we walking down the street, it's getting dark, some random guys come up to us and hey, give us all your money. Okay, I'm gonna give them to you. And the first one is getting all the pokes. Okay, the first one. Okay, y'all might take one of us, but I'm gonna take one too. Okay, that's it. That's it. I don't play when it comes to trips. Also, I don't even play here at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, or going to like hotels. Yeah, you don't want to let people know where you at, or you don't want to let people know what room you in. Just be like, I'll meet you downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Or people come. Man, I had a dream. I had a dream. This is where I knew. I woke up and said, I ain't letting nobody in my damn house, cause I had a dream that I let some girls into my house and somehow they was in my room and my chain came up missing and it was gone, and guess what, the girls was gone, and I was like, you son of a, and I woke up and said, nope, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. I'm not letting random people in my hotel. I'm not letting random people in my house. I'm not doing it. You just can't do it. You can't trust people in your space. And especially when you out of town, because you don't know them. So whenever you do pour a drink, like say if you go to somebody's house and they ask you to pour, if you want a drink, you make sure you sitting there with them while they pour a drink. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, let's sit this, or go to a bar. You know what I'm saying? But even then, you might wake up with a kidney missing. So be careful when you go out of town. This wasn't a bad girl's trip story. This was just her friend being loose.
Okay, so my homegirl just replied to my last TikTok about a story time, and she gave me an idea for another story time. So this is a story time about, you know how people say when you go to Miami with your friends you fall out. Well, I ain't never been to Miami with my friends and fell out, probably because everything was on me. But this is like 2 trips, so you can get the full picture. So this is a long ass story. You might want to times 2 this, press the upper corner. But anyway, so this is back when I was still doing services or whatever, and there was these Asian chicks that used to come and get their lashes done by somebody who worked in my shop or whatever. So all of a sudden, like, they start getting their lashes done by me. I don't know why or what, but you know what I'm saying, it was what it was. So they started getting their lashes done by me, and she would just tell me about like how her boyfriend was rich and a millionaire, and he did this for her and did that for her. And me, I'm not no hater, so I'm like, damn, that's what's up. Like, I like that or whatever. Then she started telling me about a friend he had. Now, mind you, I never asked about a friend because I don't really need nobody to put me on. But she was telling me about a friend that he was newly divorced and he was good looking, and she wanted me to meet him. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, she would call a few times, like, last minute, and they would be, like, out to drinks. And she'd be like, come pull up. And I'm like, oh, girl, I can't. I'm doing something, blah, 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 whatever. So, I think we did make introductions over the phone. So, fast forward to February, around Valentine's Day, her boyfriend and him and me all decided to take a trip to St. John's. It's like an island right off of St. Thomas or whatever. So, and mind you, this is like our first time meeting in person. So I'm like, all right, bet, this sounds fun. Like, I'm down for it or whatever. So boom, they fly me to St. John's. And then, but when I get there, the guy who I was supposed to be meeting, he invited another guy. So it was 3 guys and just me and her. And so, like, I'm thinking I'm supposed to be getting to know this guy. But the whole time, his friend is really trying to get to know me or whatever. So, like, when I was just kind of like, I don't want to say I was cool on a friend, but kind of cool on a friend. Like, he got mad and was ready to leave the island. And I'm just like, I just was trying to figure out what's going on. But mind you, the whole time, this girl was flirting with the guy that I'm supposed to be getting to know. And I'm just like, what's going on here? But at the same time, it's a free trip. I'm just like, whatever. I ain't got no ties to none of y'all. I'm just here having a good time or whatever. So I peeped the whole scene about, like, you know, how they was flirting and stuff. And, like, every time he would try to talk to me, like, one-on-one, she would come and interrupt or make him leave. Or it just was some weird stuff or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. We did have a good trip, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, I want to say, like, maybe 2 weeks later, she was like, oh, let's do a girls trip to Mexico. And so I just thought it was just weird how she was kind of acting on the first trip. But I'm just like, okay, I'll think about it. Mind you, I said I think about it. She hit me the next day like, hey, I bought your ticket. Just send me the money. Like, and I'm just like, and the ticket was like $2,000. So I'm just like, well, it was like $1,800 or whatever. So I'm just like, man, all right, because I didn't tell her no, and I didn't want her to spend money on the ticket, and you know what I'm saying, me not come through, whatever. So I ended up sending her the money and going on the trip. So mind you, on this trip, it was me, her sister, who I also did her lashes, and then another one of her friends that worked with her at the casino, and then the girl that the guy she was trying to make me get to know, his new little boo thing. So, like, I'm finding out all this stuff, and I'm just sitting here like, why is she trying to put me on a man who got a little boo thing? Whole time she like him. Like, it just was a weird situation. I was like, whatever. I should have knew not to go. So anyways, we go on a trip, and we there for like 5 days. Like, and it's during spring break too. So we at this resort or whatever, and it's all inclusive, but we still want to go out to dinner, and we still want to do excursions and stuff outside of the resort. So, like, when she would come up with ideas and stuff for us to do, like, oh, let's go camel riding, or let's go whatever we was doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, like, it's something that we ain't paid for yet. I'm like, oh, my you know what I'm saying? My little boo said he'll pay for it. He said he'll send it through or whatever. So, like, as days went on and I kept doing this, she was, like, kind of poking fun, like, oh, you want to go buy a hot dog, better call your boo to send you $50. Like, just saying little weird stuff like that. But my thing is, like, she didn't say it once. She kept saying it multiple times. So I'm just like, why does she keep joking about, you know what I'm saying? Whole time, her card getting declined everywhere we went. And your dude supposed to be the millionaire. But granted, her card kept getting declined because she had a Discover card. And Discover wasn't taking a lot of places. So, like, I would pay and she would send it right back. Like, it was no money. You know, her money wasn't funny. But it's just so funny. Like, you want to see her crack jokes about how I'm paying for our stuff. I ain't cracked the joke yet about your card being declined. So, like, it just got to the point where I was just, like, so ready to go home. So, we at the airport or whatever. And she cracks another joke. And so, I decided to crack a joke back. Like, okay, if she's just joking, then I should be able to joke back then. So, I cracked a joke, like, about how her card got declined. Then, all of a sudden, she want to call her dude, like, oh, yeah, like, this and the other, the card keeps getting declined. I know money's on there. Like, oh, he said drinks on him and this and the other. And I'm like, damn, this your first time offering to pay for something, but your dude is the millionaire. So why was he paying for the whole trip? Like, I don't need nobody to pay my way. But to me, my thing is, like, I'm just a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you gonna sit here and crack jokes on me? But whole time y'all supposed to be caked up and your card's declining. Like, I don't know. He should send you another card then, boo, because my stuff going through. But anyway, so, like, it got to the point to where she said something at the airport, or her sister said, I don't know what, but I ended up going off of both of them. Like, you know, basically, like, fuck both of y'all. Like, that's why you mad because I'm living the same lifestyle as you, but you gotta suck old white wrinkly balls to get it. And that's what I said. And I posted about it on Instagram too. And so the guy who she wanted me to get to know that she liked, but her friend was dating, like we kind of kept up with each other like after that. And he said that like it's a running joke for them now. Like they always call the dude wrinkly white balls and all types of stuff like that. And like every now and then he'll tap in and see how I'm doing, but nothing came of that situation. But I just felt like it was so weird for her to invite me on a trip with a guy she liked that her friend was dating, and then invite me on a girl trip just to try to like poke fun. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. At the same time, I'm like, I think we was in Cozumel, so it was so far away. Like we was behind time zone. I just felt alone, isolated, and I don't like that because I'm not a mean girl. I don't make jokes because it's a low truth and every joke. I don't make women feel uncomfortable. So I just feel like that was very mean spirited of her, and I kind of just stopped talking to them after that. And it's been a few times where a dude hit me up like, "Oh, they miss you, this and that," and I'm like, "I'm cool." I'm cool. But that was my first time going on a trip with a girl that didn't go well. Cause like I said, normally if I'm going on a trip, especially to Miami, my boo gonna pay for me and my friends. Like I'll never put us in a situation where we having to come up out of pocket like that, unless it's already say understood. But anyway, long story short, that was my mean girl trip. Yep.
Yep. So we got a friends girls trip comment. Says, we're not friends anymore, but I used to be cool with this girl. She helped me pack before I went to Hawaii. I didn't have no mace, taser, or knife in there. I know for a fact I put them up together. She was weird and didn't want me to go. Anyways, that pocket knife ended up in my bag, and when I told her later, she said she put it in there. She thought they weren't going to let me fly. I don't know if it was jealousy or just weirdo stuff, but I was so pissed. I would too, cause they gonna see that when they. I think I think you can put a pocket knife in your luggage if it's going under the plane, but not if it's. And I don't even think you can. I think they'll take it out then too, but I definitely know you ain't gonna be able to take it on the carry on. I definitely know that. So that would have pissed me off too. Um, and as far as this woman's trip, you know, you know what made her mad. First of all, never take a Discover card on a vacation. American Express, Visa, Mastercard. Okay, even an American Express don't get accepted everywhere. American Express don't get accepted in cheap places because the fees for people to use their cards. So, American Express, Visa, MasterCard. Visa, always. MasterCard, always. Never Discover. But the reason why she has a Discover card is because a lot of Discover card has low fees and low interest. Okay, and you get a lot of reward points. So there's a lot of good things for using Discover, but it's so uncommon to use a Discover card. I got my first Discover card from it was a Little Wayne Discover card. I forgot what it he had a deal going on. I seen it online. I was fixing my credit and I got a Discover card. I think I still have the card. It's just not the Little Wayne edition. I mean, I still have the Little Wayne edition card. I still have the card, but it's a new card and it's not the same Lil Wayne edition or whatever. Mind you, this card is this. I've had this account for maybe 12 or more years. Um, but so I'm saying all that to say this, like, don't use Discover nowhere. But the real jealousy came from her being able to call her boyfriend and get somebody to pay, like, just pay for our dinner, and he just boom would run it. I don't know if he's sending money to her card or what he's doing, but he's running it right then, and I think that's good to have. I guess if you got it like that, I don't think it's bragging because we see women that have men that do you know that do that for them. But one thing I will say is get that man to marry you. I mean, why would you keep having him as your boo thing and not your husband if that's the case? Or maybe he's not ready and maybe she's not ready. I don't know what the lifestyle is, but hell no, I'm not just breaking off you and your friends and you not my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's wife duties. You know what I'm saying? Of a baller, I'm a baller, and you just my girlfriend. I'm not paying for your friends. I'm sorry, but if you my wife, I treat you and your friends. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all swerve on, cause I know I'm probably at home turning the up, okay, watching football on the couch, not doing a damn thing, not being bothered. Like it's peaceful in the house. You know, men pay for peace. Men pay for peace. We don't pay for a headache. A man will pay for his woman to leave the house. You want to go to the grocery store? Ching ching, hit that Cashapp, hit that Zelle, grab that credit card. Men pay for peace. So, you know, as long as he paying, he's gonna be peaceful. And there you have it. He probably already married. Probably. He's probably already. You know what? Because the friend, she was sucking old balls, old white man's balls to get what she got. You know, hey, you know, uh, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just high class prostitution, really. I mean, you might not consider it as prostitution. You'd be like, oh, he's just a sugar baby, sugar daddy, whatever. Paying for somebody's time and using your body and sending you on trips is prostitution, and it is what is it? Human trafficking. If I pay for you to go somewhere on a trip and have sex or not have sex, but I get sex in return, it's human trafficking.
Everyday people.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.